Hello everybody, my name is Leanne. Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Inspirations. This video is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of August. Now for those of you who have seen channel videos, I have a little bit of a different layout. I'm doing more specific placements, and so it gives a little deeper information for the month of August. We have, I'm using the Gilded Tarot for your message, and then I'm using the Dreaming Way Lenormand for advice. Our first placement is home and family. Five of Swords. We have a bit of a strife, perhaps, in your household. Or excuse, is this five? Yes, five. Sorry. So with home and family, Five of Swords is showing us that for the month of August, there'll be some arguments, maybe some misinterpretations, winning battles that are really just not worth winning. You've made your point and then, made it over and over and over again. So for the month of Libra, try real hard to sort of keep those arguments at bay. Five is definitely a number of change. There are going to be a lot of energies affecting us astrologically, and I do not know enough about it to really link some of the things going on, but I know that there are eclipses happening. Some planets are going to be going retrograde. Depending on where this is hitting everybody, it could bring up some tumultuous energies. So try to watch your tongue. The advice coming from birds is also saying, when you hear something, when you read something, if you're getting any sort of information, take it with a grain of salt. There may very well be some half truths, some may just be gossip. Okay, so a lot of the arguments in this could really be avoided if you just sort of take a look at the source of what you're getting. Information-wise, did you read it online? Some of those sources just aren't true. Did you hear it from somebody who tends to gossip a lot? Just sort of pick your battles where that's concerned. Know that everything always comes out in the wash. So make sure that you don't react on a falsehood. Okay? So moving on, we have health and well-being. Now, the Page of Pentacles for health and well-being is showing that maybe you're starting a new diet, a new health regimen. Pages usually bring in new information. This is a new way of being. This is sort of that graduated step into really mastering something. So you're looking at your health and your well-being from a new perspective, which is wonderful. This could be, because pentacles are the earth element, excuse me, I always feel like the Page of Pentacles sort of has that, I don't know, just that wholesome feel, that eat more vegetable feel, and sort of the grapes, wine, and salad type atmosphere. I don't know, I just feel very earthy, something that's, again, with the green being the prominent color here, I see, vegetables could very much affect your health and well-being. And of course, health and well-being is body, mind, and soul. So you really need to feel grounded and stable, okay? Not all over the place. But this is something new coming in this. So perhaps, these ideas and things that you're going to try, they're going to help ground you. They're going to help propel you forward. And slow and steady wins the race on this one. Libra, health and well-being, it's, there is no magic bullet, unfortunately. So if you're trying to better your health, start slow, do things that you can do, and then push yourself a little bit, right? Your advice is the Child card. This says not only do you need to add a little bit more fun into your life, but it does say, again, to look at something, that's going to affect your health and well-being from a beginner's standpoint. Okay, heed the advice of others. Know that you aren't the the guru, the know-it-all. This is saying you be, I guess, non-judgmental. When you look at things from a child's perspective, they're not judging. They're just there to get an answer, right? They're there to explore. So, approach your health and well-being with a sense of not just determination, but um, that air of, hey, this is what I want to know, and I'm willing to accept what you say because I'm new at this, and I might stumble and fall. Children, think about riding a bike. You didn't just all of a sudden know how to do it. It took some time. It took a little practice. You might have fallen off a couple of times, skinned your knee. Okay, that's all right. Just keep going. Again, slow and steady wins the race, Libra. Now, for career and finances, we have the Six of Wands coupled with lilies as advice. How amazing. Work and finance with the Six of Wands, you're going to be receiving accolades and recognition for a job well done. So whether this is at your workplace or maybe a side job, maybe you're doing something extra, and it's going to finally start filtering in some money. Maybe whatever project you do, maybe you're a woodworker or you craft things or you make jewelry. This is something where word of mouth means a lot. And it's whether this is your actual, day job or if it's something that you do on the side, uh, coupled with the lilies, it shows that this is really going to be the month where your work and your finances really come together in a way that is almost spiritual. Okay, this is something that's heartfelt. Libra, you are finally going to be doing something that matters to you, that you love. Okay, so great news on that front. Now we have couples, Libra, couple, love, relationship, uh, the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit coupled with man. Couples out there, and of course, this is not gender specific. Hermit is saying this is going to be a time of reevaluation. So if you are in this relationship and you're not quite sure how to reignite the spark, okay, a couple of different options here. The Hermit is looking for inspiration, looking for that knowledge, looking for that light. The light he's seeking is actually within his hand, right? It's in the lantern. It reminds me a bit of that, the saying by Rumi. It's that which you are seeking is also seeking you. Okay, so what you're looking to find within your relationship, you have within you. Okay, it looks like this might have you sort of wondering, is this really what I want? Maybe second guessing the whole thing. Or really, you could just be thinking about, the fact that you've gotten to a place within your relationship and you need a little more spark. Well, you can do this. Libra, this is all within you. And with man as your advice, now, this could really mean, if you're a female or a male that is in a relationship with another man, your advice would be to really look at that man, really see what it is, see how he's looking. Your advice is to really take a look at who they are, what they need, what fulfills them, what can you do to help nourish the relationship. This could also very much mean that you will be getting some advice from a man, a brother, a coworker, a counselor, father, neighbor, um, some type of advice, because this is also saying within the relationship, somebody's looking, somebody's searching, okay? And it's also advising to keep searching. So again, a couple of different ways could turn out. You could be searching for something to mend or heal or nurture the relationship. Somebody could be searching to get out of it. It's I feel like the fact that the man in this card is looking towards This is the singles. It just maybe seems like, and again, it doesn't matter if it's male or female, but it might seem like one of you is looking to get out of the relationship because maybe in this you're going to start looking to see if there's anything left, right? Is there any light left in this relationship? And you're going to continue to look to see, what, maybe there isn't. So it feels a lot like there's some decisions going to be needed to make. Again, major planetary action happening, eclipses and retrogrades. So, tread lightly, Libra friends that are coupled. And onto singles, we have Three of Wands. Look at that. Three of Wands, waiting for your ship to come in. You're waiting for that love relationship. You know it's coming, and bam, you have options. This looks to be a fabulous month for you to get out there, um, sort of just kick your feet up, go places you don't normally go, meet people, um, go and try something new. Go to a restaurant you've not gone to. Listen to music you don't always listen to. Get out of the house. Um, this shows some greenery here and some water here. I feel like you just really need to be outside. I know that not everybody is having weather that is maybe conducive to that, but it looks to me like single Libras, you need to get on out there because you're going to have some options available to you. Okay, well, that wraps it up for the month of August for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Feel free to watch your rising and moon sign videos and complete the story a little bit more. I would love to hear your feedback. Comment, like, share. I always appreciate that. And until next time, have a great